Hi everyone, so it's September 9th at 10 p.m. and I'm going to feed my starters, so I'll show you a little bit about what I do. Alrighty, so hopefully you'll be able to see that a little bit. Maybe this way would be a little better. Let's see here. Alright, so this is my control with nothing in it. And then this is my orange, so it has everything that the control has except it has added oranges, and this is my blueberry. So let's go ahead and open them up. So you can see that the control hasn't changed much, it hasn't started growing yet, but the orange definitely has, and then the blueberry has not either. So let me bring the camera around and I'll show you a little bit. So you can see so I put these rubber bands where they were previous, so 24 hours ago. And you can see this one hasn't grown much, but I think it's starting to. You can see some bubbles a little bit. But the orange, you can really see it's up here and it was down here. So it's grown a lot. You can really see it's starting to grow. And then the blueberry hasn't done much, unfortunately. You can see this has a little bit of a different color tint to it, probably because the blueberries, I'm not really sure. So the first thing we'll do is we'll go ahead and mix them up. So, like I said, this is the control. So we'll go ahead and get our spoon and we're gonna go ahead and stir it up. Oh, good. This one's a little thicker than it has been in the past, so that's a good sign. That means that the yeast are starting to grow, hopefully. Okay. And now for the orange, this will be interesting. So you can see, look at that. This one's a lot thicker than the control felt like. Bring that up. Oh, good. And we'll stir the blueberry one up. I'll move these over so you can see me. So you can see the blueberry. It's pretty color. They do smell pretty bad. The orange definitely smells the worst whenever I stirred it up. Probably because the yeast are growing in that one very quickly, it seems. So the first thing we'll do is we're going to remove a scoop out of each of these. So we use one of these scoops that we have in the past, if you watch my previous videos, where we'll remove a scoop and then we'll add about 2 scoops of fresh flour and a half scoop of dechlorinated water. So, sorry, I've had to clean some stuff up. So what we'll do is, I'll start with the control again. We're going to remove a scoop of this. So see, I have a scoop, and then I'll dispose of it. And then I'm gonna rinse it out. And whenever I do this, I really make sure that I rinse it out real well so I don't cross-contaminate between the two. So now we're going to take a scoop out of the orange, which was the one with the most of the yeast that we saw. Got a scoop, I'll dispose of it. Okay. And I've rinsed it out, so now we're going to get a scoop of the blueberry out. Okay, now we'll dispose of that. And now we'll go ahead and do a half scoop of water. So here's the dechlorinated water. And I'll try to get half scoop. And I'll put it in each of these. Half a scoop of water. Okay. And now I'll use another scoop that's dry, which I always use for the flour. And I'll open my bag of flour. And then I'm gonna put 2 scoops of flour in, fresh flour, into each one. 1, 2. And now for the orange one, 1, 2. And now for the control, 1, 2. And so we're good with that. I'll close my flour back up, put it away. And now we're gonna stir them all. So I'll let you watch. So you stir them up real good. And you'll notice that like this time I've added a different ratio of water to flour. And that is because the starters were really running. And so I was really concerned about them. They hadn't started to grow. And so about, I think it was 2 or 3 days ago, I'll have to look back at my notebook, but I started them on a different ratio feeding. So I changed it to a 1/2 cup of water, or not a 1/2 cup, but a 1/2 scoop of water and 2 scoops of flour. And the reason I did this was so it would make it have more flour and be thicker, so hopefully try to promote growth. And I was kind of skeptical about doing it, but I was really glad that I did, because the orange control right here has started to grow because of it. And since the orange one started to grow, I'm kind of hopeful that the other 2 will shortly. Like I said, it's been 2 or 3 days. I can't remember the exact date right now, but I have it written down. But hopefully they'll start to grow in the next 2 or 3 days. But I think the orange one's honestly going to be ready to be sent in for DNA characterization at some point soon. So that's really exciting. I'm ready to see how these yeast are and what their DNA samples look like. So yeah, I'm just trying to stir these as much as I can to really get it into a like homogeneous mixture. And then here's the blueberry one. I'm gonna mix this one up real good. And then right after I film this video, I'm gonna go to my notebook and I'm gonna have to write down everything I did tonight. There's smells. So I'll go ahead and go through the smells with you all. So this one that I'm stirring now, which is a blueberry experimental group, it smells like, I would describe it as like stinky feet and like a little bit of like blueberry like smell to it. It's kind of weird. It's kind of hard to explain, but it smelled worse. It has definitely smelled worse before. I don't think it smells near as bad as it has in the past. I'll try to stir these up and then we'll be all done. So, yeah. I'll be sure to post some more observations and stuff in my blog. I'll put my blog in the description of this YouTube video, so you can visit my blog and comment on it and let me know what you think. But maybe you could even get started on your own sourdough starter, grow your own yeast, and yeah. Alrighty. So yeah, I'm just gonna finish off stirring these up, and then I'll put them away for another 24 hours to let them, hopefully, all of them start growing.